As someone who has lived in Seattle for almost 5 years now, there are a bunch of things that I wish people had told me right when I got here before I wasted a bunch of time and money trying to figure things out. Hi, my name is Rin, and I'm a 20-something-year-old trying to make it out in this city, so I am back again with another video on good old Seattle. This is not a video where I'll be recommending like restaurants or things to do in Seattle because you have TikTok and Yelp for that. This video will focus mainly on things that you should pick up once you move to Seattle to save time, money, and sanity in this sad little city. With that being said, here's some things that should be in your Seattle starter pack. First things first, get yourself a Seattle Public Libraries card. Now, obviously this isn't a real library card. I lost mine ages ago, but I've been mainly using the library for their online resources. And libraries are one of the coolest institutions that have ever been established. Like, modern day libraries have stepped up their game since the days that they were known for checking out and reading books. The Seattle Public Library system started around 130 years ago, back when it was only a reading room. Since then, it has expanded to 26 different library branches, with the flagship branch being located in downtown Seattle. The Seattle Public Library system was ranked as the best library system in the US by Library Journal in 2020. So you would be goofy to not take advantage of the offerings that the library has, such as the most obvious, checking out books, downloading ebooks and audiobooks through the Libby app. This has been my personal favorite because the Libby app can be used with all sorts of e-readers like Kindles and Kobos. You can also use the library for online research tools and research databases. The coolest offering, in my opinion, is being able to reserve museum passes to go to museums in the area. And a bunch of other resources that I'm just too lazy to list here, but I'll link it down in the description if you want to check them out. It also doesn't hurt that the library downtown is probably one of the most beautiful buildings that the city has to offer that can also be accessed by the public. So it's worth checking out if you're in the area, but I do have to warn you that finding parking isn't the easiest thing to do downtown, so your best bet would be taking transit into downtown. And to make taking public transit a little more easier, your best friend will be the Orca card. The Orca card is just the name of the transit card you use to pay fares in the Puget Sound region. Alternatively, you can pay with cash instead, but like, it's 2024, who carries cash nowadays? But the standard Orca card is $3 and you can pick one up at any of the light rail station kiosks. Technically you don't have to do this, but I would highly recommend once you get an Orca card that you sync it with your account in the Orca app. The app just makes it easier to track how much money is in your card, you can add funds to your card, or buy month or day passes, all at the comfort of your phone. And to make it even more convenient, if you're an Android user, you can actually buy an Orca card or transfer an existing card directly to your Google Wallet, so you don't have to lug around a card with you at every given time. One of the benefits of using an Orca card over using cash is that you don't actually need a brain to use it. Like, instead of having to take exact change with you to take transit, all you have to do is boop your little Orca card and it does the calculations for you. Orca cards also automatically manages transfers. And if you're new to transit in general, once you pay a single fare on either a bus or a train, then you get a 2-hour transfer, which allows you to continue riding buses or trains in the Seattle area on that single fare payment, which is actually a pretty good deal. And last but not least, nothing is more painful than just missing a train because you spent a little too much time trying to buy a single ride ticket at one of those station kiosks. Like, that's kind of embarrassing. If you live in Seattle and you drink bottled water, I have a genuine question for you. What's wrong with you? And yes, this question does extend to babies and immunocompromised people too, because Washington State has some of the best tap water in the country. Seattle tap water is sourced from 2 protected watersheds in the Cascade Mountains. Like, the only time I've ever experienced weird tasting water in Seattle was when I was renting a unit in this old rat-infested building that I'm pretty sure was built in the early 1900s. So the pipes were ancient. Now in that case, a water filter was a must because I swear that water was tasting like straight up hot dog water. But otherwise, tap water from modern buildings has been so clear clear, so clean, so crisp that it makes the most financial sense to just drink it straight out of the tap. So when you get to Seattle, get a water bottle. Personally, I have two, a small one for on the go and then an insulated one, but even that's a little overkill because all you really need is one. However, I would rather be dead than be caught holding one of those Stanley Cup-esque tumblers. Not because they aren't the it water bottle anymore, but it's because it is not practical for city living. The bottom is literally designed to fit in one of those car cup holders, not for doing backflips in your backpack when you're trying to run for the train. Like, even if you hold those cups like 2 degrees from upright, they start leaking. But if you get a real water bottle that's sealed, you can easily just throw it into your bag before throwing hands for self-defense in the city. Also, pro tip, please make sure to wash your water bottles regularly, because before I knew that my Nalgene was dishwasher safe, there's probably enough bacteria buildup around the mouth of the water bottle to put a small horse out of commission. Seattle is wet, which I know it's a crazy statement that has never been said before. Rainy season is around 9 months long, where it starts in September and ends at around June-ish. During these rainy months, you will likely experience this little thing known as Seattle rain, which is equivalent to a grocery store produce section mist. But in the last few years, it seems like Seattle has been experiencing a lot more rain dumpings than it's used to, which makes proper rain gear really important if you want to live here. And when I say proper, I don't mean like getting a random $10 umbrella or relying on the hood of a 100% cotton hoodie. Like, I'm talking about a good waterproof rain jacket and maybe even some water-resistant shoes. However, I've definitely seen some maniacs out here wearing flip-flops out in the rain, but they were still wearing a waterproof rain jacket, so I guess it makes it okay? I guess? A good waterproof jacket is usually made out of industrial grade tarp material. Okay, not really, but think like your Gore-Texes and whatever patented rainproofing technology a reputable outdoorsy company is offering will probably do the trick. Even a water-resistant rain jacket doesn't make the cut anymore because Seattle rain is constant and it'll definitely soak through that first line of defense. Personally, I have 3 rain jackets. First one being my go-to packable shell that can be popped into any bag, a running jacket that has an extra like slit in the center that I use for running, and a black rain jacket that is mostly used for going into the office, formal events, or Keanu Reeves cosplays. As far as shoes goes, you can pretty much get away with anything that is water resistant. Like, any pair of leather boots will get the job done. The most common ones I see here are Doc Martens, Blundstones, and hiking boots, which is really saying a lot about Seattle's fashion scene. And after surviving those 9 months of rain, sadness, and sorrow, you might think that you're in the clear for weather. And for the most part, that is true. Like, Seattle summers, like those 3 months of Seattle summers, do go really hard. But summers are getting hotter every year, which makes getting an AC almost a necessity at this point. According to the US Census Bureau's latest biannual housing survey, 53% of homes in King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties had air conditioning in 2021, up from 44% in 2019. The reason for the climbing popularity in ACs now is because summers are hot. Like, over the last few years, there have been heat waves that would reach 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The uncool thing is most houses and apartments here don't have AC by default, like you would get in warmer parts of the country like Houston and Phoenix, where 98% of households have AC. If you think that luxury, 1-bed, 1-bath apartment that you pay $3,400 every month for is gonna have AC, think again. In this part of the Pacific Northwest, the flavor of AC that we have are window units and portable ACs because central AC is not a requirement for new buildings. So plan ahead and get an AC before the summer hits. Window units are generally more cheaper and are a lot more energy efficient than portable units, but not all windows are compatible with window units. The easiest and cheapest way to get an AC would be right at the end of summer when it's peak moving season and lots of people are just getting rid of their things, so you can usually find an AC for around 50 bucks on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. With that, I'll end the video. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you consider giving this video a big thumbs up? It's free and you really have nothing to lose. Also, hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. If you want to see more content around Seattle, you should take a look at the Seattle series playlist. I'll pop it up here or somewhere down below, just to make it easier for you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Toodles! Also, if you want to make friends in Seattle, just get a dog. Like, I will stand by this tip until the day I die.